This is Ken Dara with Coffee with Ken Dara, and I'm here with Reed Sanborn from our Sun Valley Engel and Volker office. And Reed, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, great to see you. There's so many feeder markets for the Bay Area. As you know, I sell in Marin County, San Francisco, and what we're finding is we do have a lot of people either moving out of the Bay Area or they're buying secondary homes, especially during COVID. And one of the big areas that they're moving to is Sun Valley because of everything it has to offer. Just want you to share a little bit about that, why it's special, because I mean, people are also moving to Jackson Hole, they're moving to Park City, they're moving to parts of Montana, Scottsdale. What makes Sun Valley Sun Valley?
Well, thanks first. Sun Valley is a special place. We are currently ranked as the #1 ski resort in North America from Ski Magazine, which has a huge draw. We're only an hour-and-a-half flight from San Francisco direct to the Haley Airport, just south of Sun Valley proper. And I think one of the draws we have here is the ski resort is literally in our backyard. There's no driving to get to the resort. You can take a bus and be 2 stops at the base of the mountain to get your skiing. Loaded with trails around the area if you like to be here in the summertime, bike, hike, all that fun stuff. And one of the biggest draws we see in Sun Valley compared to the other resort markets is really a sense of community up here. We've got great restaurants, a good local population that frequents those as well. So when you come here, you don't feel like an outsider or a tourist. You feel like you're part of the community. And I think that's the biggest draw we have here.
You forgot the fly fishing, actually, because I know you're a mountain biker.
Fly fishing is fantastic, too. We've got 6 rivers within an hour of world-class fly fishing.
Awesome. So with that said, what trends are you currently seeing in the Sun Valley market? What's happening in the real estate side of things?
Yeah, like other resort towns, we're in the same inventory shortage, and maybe that's nationwide as well, for homes ready to go. We have more demand than we have supply. And so we've seen those prices, that inventory drive prices up around the marketplace. We have buyers coming in from all over the place looking for maybe a secondary home at first and then plan on moving up here full time. And they're really looking for something that's ready to go, completed, and turnkey. You know, Sun Valley has not been on the development front for a while until recently. So finding those homes even shrinks the inventory pool a little bit further. But we do see that demand continuing. So it's a place people want to be for sure. And that's driving the market.
So you actually do developments, don't you? So do you have any cool stuff coming up actually in the future?
We do. We've got a brand new single-family home, Mountain Mern. We've got 2 new condo projects going up, a couple office projects. So we are busy on all fronts trying to fill that void. Ken, here's a question for you. What is driving the price and what are your clients looking to do in the Bay Area?
Right now, what's driving the price is if the house is priced right, smells right, and looks good. Nobody wants to do any work. That's the big thing that's happening. We're noticing a lot of in the lower end. Basically, we're talking. It's hard to get into Marin County or San Francisco for under $1 million right now. So between the $1 million to 2.8 to 3 million, it's still pretty frothy in a sense that there's buyers out there. If the house is completely done, there'll be multiple offers most of the time if it's priced right. Our strategy is to price it low and the market will take it to where it needs to be. That's what's happening right now. We are noticing a little bit of a stall in the upper end. So say 4 million and up, there are things on the market, but if it's not priced right, it's not moving. Buyers are very savvy these days. They have a lot of information at their fingertips. They know if the house is overpriced or not. So, but we are noticing a little bit of a slowdown in the upper end is what we're noticing.
Great. Yeah, we see the same thing here. Under 4 million, if it's priced right, it's going multiple offers in days. Same thing, our contractor availability up here and getting work completed on a remodel is just too hard and too expensive right now. So a turnkey house that's move-in ready is a huge item on any buyer's list. So we're seeing the same thing, that that $1 million to $4 million market is pretty hot, and it's a little bit slower in the upper end market. And we don't have a ton of listings up there, but the ones we do, a couple at the 19 to $20 million range are, fabulous estate homes for those looking.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we're kind of in a duplicate situation. Another question for you is, what are the most important items your buying clients are looking for in a home out there? What are they looking for?
Updated. People want something that's, that the hot trend up here is mountain modern. So kind of having that mountain feel, but taking away the log and bringing in a little bit of modern touch to it. It's something that's comfortable, and they can just get a designer to come in and furnish it for them, or get online and pick their own furniture. Don't want to have to do the remodel. Don't want to have to move walls. So if you can find that right thing, it's got the right layout and a good look, it's gone. I'm assuming that's the same for you guys down there.
Yeah, we call it farmhouse modern here instead of mountain modern. We call it farmhouse modern, which, exactly what you just said is, millennials don't want to do any work. Nobody wants to do any more work anymore. They just want to basically move in, and it all has to be turnkey these days. If work needs to be done, then the price needs to be cut. But a lot of people don't want to do the work at this point. One other question that I have for you. So what are your projections for the next quarter? What are you thinking? Where are things going? We have inflation.
I think our inventory stays low. Like I mentioned, we've always been a discount to other ski resorts. Sun Valley for the longest time wasn't on the map. And now with the ski ratings, the availability of the backcountry, the Nordic trails, so a lot more than just the downhill mountain, is really pulling people to town. And so we see inventory low, demand high, but like you said, we see that savvy buyer coming in that understands that, if they don't have to have it right now, they're not going to pay a premium price. If it's priced right, they will buy it and they will close quickly. And so, I don't know if it's called price fatigue or buyer fatigue. They're not totally fatigued yet because they're still looking and they're still actively searching for the right property. We just don't have it available.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're having in Marin and San Francisco too. I've got a lot of buyers in the 4 to 10 million range, and they want what they want, and they're not going to settle for less. So when the right property comes, they're ready to jump and make sure that they get it. But otherwise, I'm seeing from last year, people were just buying to get in. Now we're just noticing that, buyers with cash are just kind of sitting on the sidelines and waiting.
Yeah, it sounds like our markets are very similar. Most likely because we have a huge crossflow, right? A lot of Bay Area folks are buying up here, and they understand and they're looking for the same thing.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, thank you, Reed. And we will talk soon. And it was great doing coffee with Kendara with you.
Love it. Enjoy.